Welcome back. It's good to be back with Matthew's Mindful Moment, guiding you through another practice as well as giving you a little more information about mindfulness for adults, for parents, for teachers, for kids, for adolescents, everyone. Very, very helpful. So I'm going to start with where I left off. So where I left off was with a practice called five-finger breathing. And it's a type of practice, mindful practice, that we call a tool or an informal practice. So I have my little toolbox here. And in my toolbox, I have many little things that can be very, very helpful to bring mindfulness to the moment, to calm, to be with what we might be thinking and feeling that might be challenging and also maybe very good and we're finding to be very pleasant. So let's take a look in this mindful toolbox. And I have a hand. And the reason I have a hand is to remind you of the five-finger breathing that I did, a few weeks ago with some of the other instructors have been presenting. So the last time I was with you, we did the five-finger breathing. And again, it was to trace your hands. And you could go back into the files through the website and find that video if you want to revisit it or you want to have it introduced for the first time. But it's a tool. It's in your toolbox. Adults need toolbox, kids need a toolbox. Anyone that wants to get a job done needs their tool, needs their tools, and things that they will find helpful that can support them in their well-being. So we're going to put this back in the toolbox, and I'm going to show you another tool that I have for today. So another tool in the toolbox is a flashlight. There's a flashlight. And it can be any type of flashlight you might have. It's just the idea of a flashlight. So with a flashlight, we use it to bring light. We can use it to focus in really, really close to something. Look at the skin and the lines and see things very, very close up. I like to call that zooming in. And also with the flashlight, we can zoom out and we can see the entire hand, the fingers. I have my wedding ring on. I can look at the other side of my hand. So we're able to zoom out or we can zoom in with our flashlight. This is called flashlight of attention. Sometimes in certain practices, they call it a torchlight of attention, which could be considering you're looking at something much bigger out there in the world. Might be a tree, might be a forest, maybe a group of people. It may just be a beautiful sky. So even with the torchlight of attention, when we think of something larger, I would like you to think of it as a flashlight of attention. Sometimes I call it torchlight, sometimes I say flashlight. And everybody's flashlight of attention can be different. You have it, it can be on, it can be off, and the interesting part that maybe no one ever told you about before is your flashlight of attention can wander. Your thoughts can wander, your attention, your focus, your concentration wanders. We all have it. The very, very cool thing about this tool and your attention as you strengthen it, you can bring it back to the moment. Your mind may wander, you can bring it back. If your mind wanders 20 times, you can bring it back 20 times. And you bring your flashlight of attention, your focus, your concentration, just return. Return to the moment with kindness and consideration and friendliness. And the more you return your flashlight of attention to what you want or need to attend to, the stronger it will get. Flashlight of attention. We are going to take that flashlight and we are going to add it to our toolbox, our mindful tools that I am going to introduce you and revisit each time I come back online. So I'm going to put my toolbox to the side, and we're now going to move on with our practice for today. So I'm not sure if I told you about the two types of practices. So there's formal and there's informal. So we're going to do a formal practice right now. You may sit, lie down, stand up, whatever you feel comfortable with. I am going to coach you and teach you some of the steps that can be very, very helpful to be present. So if you're sitting down, you can sit cross-legged, sit up tall spine, relax your shoulders, relax your face, your jaw. It's as though your head is balancing on your spinal column. If you lay down on the floor, same thing. Lie relaxed, shoulders, legs, let everything relax. If you choose to stand, just be still. And again, not slouch, not leaning over. Two reasons. It's challenging to bring attention to what you need to do in a practice if you're slouched over. And it also cuts off some oxygen to the brain. And I'll teach you about the brain another time. Love the brain. So get your position. Parents, kids, whoever might be watching this. A little bit of mindfulness right now in these challenging times that we're all going through in different ways. So let's assume that you're sitting, tall spine, feet on your floor. Feel that floor below your feet. If you have your legs crisscross applesauce on the seat, feel the cushion. Relax your arms, put them on your thighs, put them on your knees. Cup them gently in your lap. Take a few seconds to settle in. Now there's two options with your eyes. I teach and coach that the best is to close them because it does help you to focus in on what is the guided practice, practicing attention and noticing. The other option you have is what's called a gentle gaze. You close your eyes halfway and you just gently look down. You don't need to strain your neck and move your neck. It has more to do with your eyes, your eyelids, and just gaze down. Gaze down to the floor, gaze down to the lap, relaxed, tall spine, gentle gaze. So do that now, closing your eyes or gentle gaze. So I'm going to ring a chime. I always ring a chime to start a practice. Follow the sound. Relax. Calm. And then we'll begin. So this practice is called the pause button. Sometimes we need a break and a few minutes for ourselves. Phew, you've got so much on your mind. Time for a breather. Time to find out what's going on inside so you can continue your day with calm and focused energy with whatever you were doing in the outside world. So stop what you're doing. Stop for a moment. Stop forcing yourself to do things or having expectations of yourself. Just for a moment, put on the brakes and take some time to see how you are doing. Right here, right now. How do you feel inside? Are you feeling good or not? There's no need to change the feeling or push it away. Just notice how you're doing in this moment. Direct your attention, your flashlight of attention to this feeling that you might be having with some kind and friendly attention. This isn't about whether your feelings are right or wrong. It's just about bringing your attention to how you are doing right here, right now, with a kind and friendly attention. And then you can direct the same kind of attention to your breathing. Just notice your breathing. Just notice how you are breathing at this moment. What do you notice when you don't try to control your breathing and just breathe normally? Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe noticing that your breathing is relaxed and deep in your belly. Or maybe noticing that your breathing is soft and quick. Just notice. What can you say about the movement of your breath in this moment? This moment, right here, right now. Without judging whether it's right or wrong, just noticing the pace and the flow of your breathing. Breathing in, noticing that you're breathing in. Breathing out, noticing that you're breathing out. In this moment, right here, right now. And once you've done that, you can move on to the final part of this brief timeout, this brief pause. Now moving your attention, your flashlight of attention, whether you want to zoom in close or pull it out wide, moving your attention to all these places in your body where you feel something. Icky places, calm places, worried places, and all those relaxed and kind places. Just notice with your flashlight. And breathe in and breathe out. And then you can stretch a bit and continued what you were doing before we took this pause, before you took this pause, this time out, this moment. With a single push on your pause button, you can give yourself a breather. Once you've managed to catch and notice your breath, you're good to go again. It's like recharging. It's like recharging your battery. Regular breaks make sure your battery doesn't run down. You have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to reach out to Matthew's Mindful Moment or to me and connect and comment, ask a question. If there's any way I can be of help, I would love to do that. So you can find me at Connie, C-O-N-N-I-E, at matthewsmindfulmoment.com. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, be safe, be kind, make good choices, protect the mind, protect the brain, and always stay hydrated. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye now.